Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Crack of Dawn. What an amazing open we've had so far. And I just really want to start by thanking all of our members, old and new, for making this one of the best opens we've ever had. I think it's fair to say that we've been crushing it. People have been doing so well, really enjoying it. And standing back, we are really, truly now open and working towards the next open and towards our next goals. It's been very emotional seeing people getting their first PRs in a lot of these workouts. People thinking that they probably weren't good enough and surprising themselves in what they've achieved. We as coaches are super proud of you guys. I think there was also in the early stages of the Open on that first week, there was a bit of FOMO because we started off with only having about 58 members signing up, and within the last day, it jumped all the way to 70 people once they've seen that first Saturday, and what a Saturday that was. Once they've seen it, they wanted to be part of it, and obviously it's just been amazing for us. Talking about the Open, we've also been following two of our members and athletes throughout the Open with Shahidur and Nina. We all know them now by previous episodes, who they are and what they were aiming for in the Open. Today, we're just going to catch up with them and see whether everything that they were hoping to achieve, whether they've been able to do that and how the Open treated them. So we are here with our two local heroes, Shahidur and Nina. We've just finished the last workout for the CrossFit Open, and we're just going to have a little bit of feedback. So let's start with Beauty. Nina, how have you experienced the Open so far?
Very tough. I have to say I'm glad it's 3 weeks and not 4 or 5 this year. 3 is plenty. Been really good. Today's been the toughest one. I feel like they eased us in and it's got gradually more soul destroying, but really enjoyed it. Amazing crowd and just such good fun.
Excellent. So Shahidur, did you find it tough or did you find it quite easy?
Yeah, really easy. No, it was good. It's exactly what you want the Open to be. I saw a video where they said you stop doing competitive sport quite early. So as an adult, some of my age don't do competitive sport. So it's quite nice to have a yearly mark of where you're at. And that's what this is. That's exactly what it was. It was appropriately challenging for me to now look at myself next year and say, like, this is what I want to improve. Like next year, I'm so determined. I've never cared about getting a double under or a pull-up. I have zero fucks given, you know what I mean? Yeah. All of a sudden I'm like, you know what, let's get some double unders for next year. And that's exactly like what competition does, right? That's it. So
excellent stuff. Was there any surprises this year? Stuff that you didn't think would show up, or were you pretty much prepared?
I think in my podcast I said I wanted thrusters and burpees and they were both horrible. So I'll just keep quiet next time. Handstand walks I was surprised at because they were in the lockdown Open. So I didn't think we'd see them again. Otherwise I would have practiced and I would have got them. So that was a bit of a surprise. And deadlifts, I didn't think they'd do deadlifts. I thought there'd be a bit more sort of overhead bar stuff, but I actually really enjoyed them, and my back didn't hurt, so it means I must have done it right.
Good.
It was good, yeah.
Shahidur, what was your favourite workout of the 3?
Number 1.
Why?
Just one, I found wall walks are such a leveler. I also liked the fact that they changed it from box jump overs to the step down. Again, I just think CrossFit is so important because it's so inclusive, right? And little changes like that made it really inclusive. And then also for me, playing with 22.5 kg dumbbell was like a real like. I came in the day to do the workout, and James and Ali were here, and I started warming up. I'm like, oh God, it's so heavy. And James comes over 10 minutes and he's like, that's a 25, you know? And I was like, oh shit. I was like, well, but at that point I was like, I can do the 22.5. Exactly, yeah. So no, really good workout on. Nice variety in the first one.
And I suppose being competitive as an adult and going through these kind of things you don't normally as an adult, you don't really get people cheering for you that often as an adult. Life's pretty shit and hard. It's not often you've got people just shouting your name. So actually, just for that, it's worth coming along. Yeah. No, it's the atmosphere and having so many people here every week has just been brilliant.
So having a look at this Open that's now passed, what are you going to be focusing on for the next year to get ready for the next Open? What's the big things that you're going to hold on to?
I've got quite a few double unders strung together now, so would really like to get a few more of those in. Pull-ups nowhere near, but like you said, handstand walks, I think I could maybe push to get those. But this year might be a little bit different as you might have.
Yeah, because we've heard a little birdie talk that you might be pregnant. Is the rumours true?
The rumours rumours are true. Never done the Open, 3.5 months pregnant. So had to scale it a bit more than normal. But having Tina here as my pregnant guru has been amazing, seeing how you can scale safely, still be part of it, and feel really proud for sticking with it and not vomiting during. So yeah.
How amazing is it that we've had so many mums or potential mums in the last couple of months, right? There's so many pregnant athletes coming through. So there's going to be a whole new generation of Dawners. We are yet to have a baby named Dawn. So I'm just putting it out there for you, right? Just leaving it open for you. Or Aaron. yeah, probably.
Free membership.
Shahidur, for you, what are you going to take away from this Open, and what are you going to focus on, do you think, to be ready for next year?
You know what? I was part of a previous Open at the gym. The vibe now, and an Open is good regardless of what box you're in, wherever you do CrossFit. But the vibe this year, I was a bit worried. I was like, not Friday night lights, Saturday morning, brunch. It's been unbelievable, hasn't it? Like, the vibe is so good. We've got such a good bunch of people. So I'm just looking forward to training again with these guys and doing it all again next year, aren't you? I'm like, 1 more year's training. Cool. We're going to get better. Yeah. So let's go next year. Let's go.
There's definitely quite a few people here who didn't join who wish they did, and I think definitely next year they'll sign up. I think they've been inspired, so anyone can give it a go.
Massive FOMO, right? Yeah. Well, guys, we just want to say thank you so much for having us follow you guys around. We're going to have one more episode where we will have a full panel on the Open and just like a debrief of what's happened and what we can all take away from the Open. Just one last question, and I always got to shoe on this in. How do you think the level method has helped you to prepare for this Open?
Definitely every class there's a different colour option that I think I would never have tried before if I hadn't had the guidance of level method, and it's making me try things in a different way. It's making me break things down that I wouldn't have, in a way I wouldn't have before. Things like push-ups and stuff finally getting a bit better. So yes, it definitely makes you sort of look a little bit more specifically about what skills you're lacking, what gaps there are. So yeah.
For you?
I have always scaled workouts, always. I'm like, I come for one reason, bit of cardio, bit of fitness, and I don't feel like I scale as many workouts now.
Finally being pushed a bit.
I feel like the method pushes me a bit because I look at the colour that I'm on and then the colour above me and the colour just below me, and it just seems to be pitched perfectly where I'm like, I do feel like a bit of a cop-out if I go for the colour below me. So it's really helped challenge me. For example, doing the 22.5 dumbbell in the first one is something I might not have tried this time last year, So I think it's helped me not be such a...
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for your time, and back to the studio. So next, we really want to talk about how the level method has actually helped us in having such a successful Open. I think everybody is quite amazed by what an injury-free and incident-free Open we've had, just because people understood their fitness and where they are and what kind of categories they had to step into to enjoy an Open injury-free and actually setting themselves up for success in the future. Obviously, for us, our next step, and there is still a lot of us that has not attended goal reviews. We want to say again, thank you so much to such an uptake with most of our members showing up for goal reviews in the last couple of months and really just getting drilling down and focusing on just the next 8 weeks, what to achieve in the next 8 weeks to help us along our fitness journey. And we really want to urge those members that hasn't actually taken time to book a goal review with their coach to reach out to Michaela, and she will set an appointment up for you and your coach to really just address what our focus should be now that we have left the Open. Sometimes what we see at the end of the Open is that there's a bit of a lull. People do get fired up and they know what they now need to work on. There's obviously always some weaknesses that's being shown in the Open. And this is a great way for us to kind of just deal with that lull, get our focus, get ourselves ready. And to help you do that, we will also at Dawn towards the end of April have our global review. Now, what is a global review? A global review is pretty much when we started the level method in November, working through all the levels in a class environment. We will now do that again in April, trying to reach all of our members and giving everybody an opportunity in their class time to actually level up on some critical movements and things that they've been working on. This is super important for us because this will establish progress that we've achieved over the last 6 months, and it will also just solidify that kind of focus to keep on going. A lot of the times we actually wake up just not feeling fit or just not feeling like we're actually progressing. But now we have a system with clear data so that it can actually show us how we have progressed and keep us motivated in the future. Now, I'm sure some of you have noticed that we have started our search classes again. These are aimed at some of our members, family and friends. Those people that you know that's in your house that kind of keeps on asking you about CrossFit and why you're doing it, but you know that they're probably not 100% there yet. It might just be that it's financially out of reach for them. It might be that they're just too scared to do CrossFit. It just seems too intimidating to them. For whatever the reason might be, we've actually now started these search classes so that you can invite some of your family and friends to these classes to start getting a bit of a taste of functional fitness, and alongside that also just get fit. These classes are broken down into two Metcon type classes, usually around anything between 10 minutes and 15 minutes of an AMRAP or an EMOM, doing a lot of body weight movements and maybe the odd kettlebell or dumbbell movement and a lot of running. So it's aimed to get people just a little bit fitter. Once we've done those two workouts, it also has a 10-minute flow stretch at the end. Which is something that we can really push towards people that maybe come from a yoga experience or background, or people that comes from a very limited movement background and they just want to start taking those first steps towards fitness. If you have somebody that you think this might be interesting to, please reach out to us or Michaela, and she will send all the information and the links onto these people. It's a great opportunity for us to also just help our family and our friends actually getting that a little bit closer to fitness in a time when we know it's so needed. Check those links out, and if you've got any questions, please reach out. That concludes this episode, but before we go, I really just want to thank you, everybody that had some role to play during this open for us. It was amazing to have everybody back in the box and actually feeling like the community, what CrossFit was always meant to be. Thank you for you as members that always support us and trust us with your fitness. Thank you to the coaches that was just absolutely amazing over this period, just giving up some of their personal time as well to help us out. Thank you for all the volunteers helping in either food prep or just setting the box up ready for these events, and also just cleaning at the end. So just want to say thank you to all of you, and remember to hit that like button and subscribe, and we will see you soon.